All
right, everyone. I think it's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. These are the rules of the 187 District Court. You're in a courtroom. To all the inmates, you're not allowed to use the chat box. You're not allowed to use the internet. You're not allowed to use Facebook. To everyone who's at your home or at your office, again, this is a courtroom. Anything that you could not do if you were physically in the courtroom, you cannot do on this Zoom screen. So that means there's to be no cooking of breakfast, doing house chores. If you're at work, you need to tell your employer that you're in court and you need to take a break. To all of the defendants or those who are accused of an offense, you are not allowed to have your screen go black. If you behave inappropriately, if you have your screen go black because you're doing in something else, which is what I'm going to assume you're doing, your Zoom privileges will be revoked, and it will not be a happy Wednesday for you because you'll be required to appear in person in court. It doesn't matter if you're out of county, out of state, out of country, you'll be required to appear in the 187 District Court. The courtroom is located at 300 De La Rosa, downtown. You're going to have to get an Uber or a Lyft or either take the Via. If you take the Via, you're going to have to talk to friends and relatives because it costs money to ride the Via. If you decide to drive down, you're going to discover a lot of one-ways, a lot of construction. And if by a stroke of chance you're able to find parking space, you're going to find that it's very expensive. I'm going to open the breakout rooms. When I open the breakout rooms, it's going to invite everyone to go to a breakout room. Do not, I repeat, do not go to a breakout room unless I specifically call you by name and assign you to a breakout room. So just give me a moment while I do. All right, to all defendants and those who are accused, your attorney's name will be called. Your name will not be called. If you do not hear your attorney's name, it is because your attorney is Zooming in another courtroom or had to appear in person in another county or in another courtroom. Be patient. As my mom always says, put some patience in your pocket. Keep this a Wednesday, don't turn it into a Monday. To all attorneys, if you have a plea bargain agreement, no matter how small you think that agreement is, you need to put that agreement in the chat box to Norma Ferguson. She's the court coordinator. She's listed on your screen as Ferguson coordinator. She will need, if your client is on bond, she'll need your client's email address in the chat box. Attorneys, the state has the ability to move in and out of the breakout rooms. So when you're assigned to a breakout room, think of those breakout rooms as going to the doctor's office. When they call you back, they're just checking your weight and your blood pressure. Put patience in your pocket. Everyone, let's keep it a happy Wednesday. All right, attorneys, this is the order in which you'll appear. If you see your name is at the bottom of the list and you want to zoom to another courtroom, you're more than welcome to do so. However, if your name is called and you are zooming in another courtroom, you will be placed at the end of the list. Albert Gomez, Jessica Gonzalez, Joseph Stateson,
Good.
Sharon Thorne, Javier Padilla.
Good morning, here you are.
Good morning. David Woodard, Carlos Martinez, I think that may be the attorney, or maybe not. Jeannie Bloomster, Joel Perez, and James Toshi. Is there any attorney's name that I missed?
I did not hear my name, Your Honor.
Yes, I called your name.
I couldn't hear it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Any other attorney name that I've missed? All right, defendants and those who are accused, your attorney is probably going to want to speak to the state first. So please do not raise your hand asking if you should be in your breakout room, because guess what? If they want you in the breakout room, they will call you by name. The person who's listed as iPhone in the red t-shirt with the gold chain, what is your name? Yes, what is your name? Whose client is this? Red t-shirt, gold chain. This person who's on the screen, whose client is this?
Saúl Jaime.
Okay, why does it take you forever to answer? What's your name?
My name is Saúl Jaime, pero me don't know speak English.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
He needs to be in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, just give me one moment. Mr. Jaime, you need to be in the courtroom. Does somebody want to tell him that? Who's his attorney, Ms. Ferguson?
Judge, I think he just retained Raymond Martinez.
All right, Norma, is there a Spanish speaking attorney on the screen?
I'll talk to him, Judge.
All right, so Jaime, could you let him know, Mr. Padilla, he needs to be in the courtroom?
Okay. Señor Jaime, dice el juez que tiene que estar presente en la corte, en persona, no en Zoom. Así que vaya a la corte inmediatamente.
Ok, lo que pasa es que a mí me dijeron que era en Zoom mi abogado, pero no sabía yo.
Okay. His lawyer told him it was Zoom, but that's why he's at Zoom. But
Tell him he needs to be, if you could tell him he needs to be in person and tell him the courtroom is at 300 De La Rosa.
Es en persona, 300 Dolorosa en la corte.
Ok, ya voy para allá.
Okay, all right. He's on his way, Judge.
Gracias.
All right, thank you so much, Javier.
Thank you.
Javier, if only there were not rules in place, I think you should go to the front of line for coming forward and interpreting for me.
That's okay, Judge. No problem.
All right. Jessica Gonzalez is like, yes. All right, Albert Gomez.
Yes, ma'am.
You're a defendant. I'm so sorry. Jessica Gonzalez, and if all the attorneys, it would help me greatly if you added to your name the name of your client and whether or not it's criminal trial division or family violence. If you can't do that, I'll take care of that. Jessica Gonzalez.
Yes, good morning, Judge. I am here for Albert Gomez, as the court stated. We're here for discovery compliance. I just need to confer with Meredith McIntyre. We previously conferred. I sent her some mitigating evidence and I haven't heard back from her.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2. She'll meet you in 2.
Thank you.
Joseph Stetson, thank you for changing your name. I'll send you to breakout room number 3.
On this one, Your Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Cedillo hired Jeannie Bloomster on 2 cases. Joanne De Hoyos is on 3 cases that he did not hire Miss Jeannie Bloomster on. I believe the ADA Hunter had asked Jeannie Bloomster to appear to confer on the setting for Cedillo.
All right, thank you. I will send you and Ms. Brewster then to breakout room number 3.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Sharon Thorne.
Good morning, Your Honor. Yes, well, now I'm muted again.
Okay, you muted yourself again.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
God, I'm sorry. No, it's not Monday, it's Wednesday. Jason Moxley's my client. I've been conferring with Marcus Sanders. If I could confer with him again, Your Honor.
All right, I'll send you to number 4.
Thank you.
Sure. Javier Padilla.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Claudia Rubio Mendoza. It's a CTM case, and I was conferring with Marcus.
All right, I'll send you to number 5.
Thank you.
Ben Stevenson.
My phone wasn't cooperating. I'm sorry. I have Alex Morganfield, and he has both criminal trial division and family. So I've been speaking with Meredith McIntyre, and I've also been speaking with David Martin. It would be a good idea if I conferred with both of them this morning. It had to do with discovery and discovery compliance.
All right, I'm going to, David Martin has actually been transferred to another court. I have been saying he's no longer with us, and that sounds sort of morbid. So he's been transferred to another court, but I'll
Do you
send you
know
to
who he's
breakout.
handed off his cases to?
Okay, I'll send you to breakout room number 6.
Do you know, Your Honor?
Thank you. Okay, David Woodard.
Judge, I have Chris White. He is criminal trial division. I've been conferring with Meredith.
All right, I'll send you to number 7. Is it Carlos Martinez, the attorney, or someone else? Just one second. All right, Joel Perez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
I have Vanessa Garza, Your Honor, and Elena is the prosecutor. We have an agreement, Judge.
All right, do you still need to confer with her?
No, Your Honor, I'll just be waiting for the paperwork, I would imagine.
All right, if you could put in the chat box, or either Elena, if you could put in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson what the agreement is. And I will send you, I'll send you and your client, Joel, to breakout room number 1, but don't go there until Elena. Oh, Elena, you're there?
I'm sorry, I was stepped out in the hall to grab a piece of paper off the copier. So I can put the plea bargain in the chat page, absolutely. I just need the client's email address.
Okay.
Okay, I'll text it. I'll text it to Elena, Your Honor.
All right, and then you'll be in breakout room number 1.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
James Toshi, thanks for changing your name. But everyone, when you change your name, if you could keep your name as well.
I wondered why Jim was Andrea, but.
Judge, I
All
legally
right.
changed my name to Andre Watson, so.
I'll send you to number 8.
Okay, I'm conferring with Marcus, so if that helps you.
All right, let me rename and just add Marcus request. All right, you can go to number 8. And everyone, I'm going to be signing documents. Where is Eric Gustafson?
I'm right here, Your Honor.
All right, you need to show your video. Didn't I say that at the very beginning, Mr. Gustafson? Gustafson. I'm sorry, I'm mispronouncing your name.
It's Gustafson. It's showing up on my end. I don't know what quite to do.
All right, I see you now. Just give me a
okay.
moment. All right, Mr. Gustafson.
Gustafson, yes.
Yes. Why can't you pay what you owe?
I just I don't have a job at the moment, and I had a job I was laid off. I've been living and making money off of my art, and that's it. Only source of income I've had has been these gallery shows and my photography. I'm looking for employment right now, and it's just tough. I was working in the service industry up until COVID, and then I was back and forth with the restaurant and bar that I was working at, and then I was laid off.
All right, but I see plenty of signs now with restaurants wanting service. I know it doesn't pay much.
Yeah.
One of my pet peeves is, start paying servers minimum wage, then they won't be living off of tips. But I'm not in the industry.
Yeah, it's just rough right now. I know. I had a gallery show last month, and I'm getting paid out this week for the work that I sold, and whatever I was going to make for that was about $500 to $600. I was going to try to drop that on my fines.
Okay, see, here's the thing though. You're living at home with your parents, and I admire people who want to follow their dreams.
Yes.
Their dreams may be art, their dreams may be acting, but in the meantime, you got to do things to support yourself. Like your parents, how old are you?
I'm 41.
So here's the thing, you're living at home with your parents. That really shouldn't be. Like, you should be living on your own.
Yeah.
And if you're living on your parents, you should be paying towards things, because I don't know if your parents are working. I don't know if they're retired, but I know their dream wasn't to have their son at the age of 41 living with them and not having stable employment.
Yeah, they were just letting me live here until I get off of probation.
Well, I mean, you living with them is not doing any good, because you're still not paying what you owe, right? So there's a problem. You're not paying what you owe. And I need to check, are you supposed to be living with them?
I've always lived with them.
All right, just.
What do you mean, am I supposed to?
I mean, what were your conditions?
My conditions were just to stay away from, because I was living in I had my own place, and the person that I got this case with was my next door neighbor that had attacked me.
See, the problem was you were placed on probation before I was judge of this court. So there's not much written in here, but I do know that I had a compliance hearing with you on July 19th, and I admonished you about your mis-UAs. You were extended for 4 months, and you were supposed to complete your community service hours at 10 hours per week.
And I completed all 100 of them.
So you don't have any more pending community service hours?
No, ma'am. I completed all of them and turned them in already to Officer York.
Judge, I'm looking at his file. He did turn them in.
Okay, that's good. So now this is the next thing that we're going to do, because I see that you are not submitting. It says the defendant still had only paid $20.
I'm on the daily call thing for the UA, so I have been doing that. It's just the payments is what I'm hurting on.
When does he expire, Rebecca?
December 19th.
All right, we're gonna extend him for 2 months. So we're gonna extend him to February 19th. And Mr. Gustafson, I'm
Yes.
gonna want you to start paying towards these fees. And we're gonna see if you can do what I'm telling you to do.
How much do I owe? It's like $3,000, right? It's just,
Yes.
it's so daunting and it's such a high amount that like
I know, but
really-
here's the thing. I'm gonna help you out here.
Yes.
So,
I mean, if I could pay off
There's-
like,
no, time out.
okay.
This is what we're gonna do.
Just like $3,000 seems like so much money. It seems like an impossible task.
Well, just give me a moment, Mr.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Gustafson. What did I say? I said, give me a moment.
Yes.
All right, you got, see, this is the problem. This is why it seems like it's an insurmountable task, because you've only been paying like $10. For example, November 16, 2019, all of November, you paid $10. January 8, 2021, all of January, you paid $10. So that has got to stop. That's why I'm saying you need to get another job. It's okay to follow your dreams, but you can't follow your dreams and have somebody else pay for your dreams. So the total amount you've paid since 2018 has been $20. And you can't tell me that you couldn't have paid more than $20 since 2018. That's not even $1 a day. Because there's usually, at least 30 days in a month. So you haven't even paid $1 a day. And I know that you probably had a soda at some point, or some bottled water. Bottled water keeps getting expensive. Maybe it's 50 cents a bottle. I mean, you could have been drinking tap. I know you can't tell me that since 2018, you haven't gone to see a movie, gone and had dinner, gone and had lunch. So I know for a fact that you could have paid more than $20 since 2018. Am I right or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
I mean, this money's tight, but yeah, you're right. I could have paid something.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem. You're not paying anything.
So within the next few months, if I make some type of effort and, say pay off $1,000 or $1,500, would be able to have some type of consideration.
Well, see, here's the thing about doing that.
I was supposed to be off of probation last summer.
Yeah,
and I just want to move on with my life.
The reason why you're not off is because you didn't do your community service hours. We had to come back here and I had to act like a parent and say, you're going to do 10 hours of community service a week because you hadn't done any. And if you would have already done that, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's my fault for being very unorganized. I had been doing them the entire time since 2019, and they were all, I'd never bothered to get the documentation from that until recently when I went there and I just got all my hours. And so the hours that I turned in were dated back from 2019. I've been doing them the whole time, but I just never bothered to get documentation until recently because.
No, I mean, and see, that's the thing. You're forcing me to be a parent.
Yeah.
Telling you, get organized. Make sure you put everything in your backpack before you go to school. That has to stop. And if you're saying that you're going to pay a bulk of this, that bulk should not be you talking to your parents, getting Social Security money for them. Because this is not their offense, it's your offense.
No, I could sell a piece of my art and pay $1,000.
Okay, so here's the thing. Why does it take me having to see you face to face for you to come up with the idea to sell some art?
So I've just been, trying to live. I've been trying to live, and I've never been an organized person my whole life. It has nothing to do with court or anything. I'm just
Well, a lot of people are not organized, but you know what you have to do?
my the car that I drive is broken down. It's a mess. I haven't done laundry in a couple months. It's, I'm depressed.
Hey, time out. You haven't done laundry in a couple of months? Who's
Yeah.
doing your laundry?
Nobody. I'm wearing old clothes. I'm
Yeah,
just
but-
depressed. I want to move on with my life and move forward.
Well, here's the thing, Mr. Gustafson, and I know I keep pronouncing your name. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Gustafson, it's fine.
All right. Here's the thing. I know that you want to be off of probation and you just want to move on with your life.
Yes.
But trust me, you will feel so much better if you just follow the rules and do it, and it will be done. And if you had just paid, even if you had just paid $30 a month, we wouldn't be here right now. So
Okay.
we're going to come up with a plan. We're going to come up with what you should be paying a month. And then if I see that you're making things happen and you're taking this seriously, then I may consider doing something differently. But
Okay.
So are you able to pay $50 a month?
Yes, I can do that.
All right. So Rebecca.
So that even if it's $50 a month until February, am I correct on that?
Well, we're going to see where we are because
Okay.
now you're trying to do a little thing. You told me that you're going to sell a painting for $1,000 or whatever.
Well, yeah. It's a photograph. I'm in progress of having. I just had a show down at Blue Star. I had a big art show down in Blue Star. I sold a bunch of my work there last month. I'm waiting for the gallery to send me that paycheck. They're supposed to meet by the end of the week. On top of that, I have a possible commission piece where I have to go to somebody's home in King William and make some measurements and possibly print a large scale photograph on a big piece of acrylic for them, which will entail me getting paid out about $1,000 profit for that.
So there you go. See, things are looking up for you. So you're going to pay $50 a month. And this is what I want you to do. Now, mind you, get permission from your mom and your dad, because I know how people are about their washing machines. But I'm sure they'll let you borrow detergent and all of that. Just do a little bit of your laundry. You understand?
Yeah.
Start with that.
I'm just saying, I've been depressed. Just, it's hard, and I'm sorry.
No, I mean, there's no need to be sorry about being depressed. Do you think you need to see a doctor?
No, it's just, I feel like I'm being held back about things that I need to do. And it all has to stem of me being on probation. It feels like I've been on probation my whole life, and I'm just ready to be done with it. I have opportunity that I feel like I'm unable to do. For instance, if I wanted to leave town, I have to get permission with you. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, but see, here's the problem. You're 41 years old. All you had to do was do what's on your probation, and you didn't do it. And now we're having this conversation where you're the student, the child, and I'm telling you, make sure you have everything in your backpack. And I'm sure parents will appreciate me saying this. Don't be the student who comes home and then Monday morning tell your parents, oh, I have a project that's due. So right now you're in the position of telling your parents, I have a project that's due and it's $3,000. And it's because of you that we're at $3,000.
No, they're aware of it.
But don't ask them for money, because that's your issue.
No, I know I haven't.
Yeah, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Probation.
I have one question for you that doesn't pertain to this. It has to pertain to a possible job opportunity of mine. I was asked if I could possibly go and because I do culinary photography as well. I have a friend that's a chef that's a part owner of a restaurant out there in Los Angeles, and wanted to know if I could come out there and do work for him for a few days. I would be out there for 3 days.
How are you going to get on a plane? That costs money.
They were going to pay for everything. They were going to pay for expenses and room and board and travel expenses, and then pay me on top of that.
We'll see where we are with you at least paying towards this money, then the court will consider that, because how much money is that job going to bring?
About $1,000, give or take. Maybe a little bit more.
All right, here's my advice for you. I understand people are following their dreams, and I don't want to beat down on anybody in their dreams. If you want to be an actor, musician, artist, whatever you want to do in the world, you can do that. But you need to support yourself, and $1,000 here and $1,000 there. You know, I get $1,000 every 3 months. That's not going to cut it.
No,
So I'm
well,
gonna
if I can do that 4 or 5 times a month, I'm making very good money.
Yeah, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 with probation.
Okay. All right, you have a good day.
All right, thank you. Oh my gosh, Mr. White, if you need some tissue, go get some tissue. There's no nose picking. We're not toddlers. Christopher White, you are more than welcome to get up and go grab some tissues.
No, it's okay.
Well, no, because nobody wants to see that.
My bad.
All right, there's someone in the courtroom for me. Courtroom, Campion.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, y'all are moving up slowly. Yes.
Yes, Your Honor. We have I have a defendant here that needs to be magistrated by the court.
All right, you want to bring him up, please?
Sure.
And here we go again, Brenna.
Your Honor, this is on cause number.
Oh, just give me a moment, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to make our equipment work. All right, who is your client?
My client is Juan Garcia, Your Honor.
All right, and what is he's charged with unauthorized use of a vehicle?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Garcia,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to go over what's called magistrate's warnings with you. I don't know anything about your case other than what you're charged with. So I don't have any answers for you in regards to that. This is just for me to tell you what your rights are, okay?
Okay.
I'm being told by this document that you're charged with the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle. You have a right to remain silent, which means you don't have to talk to anyone. If you don't want to talk to anyone, you have a right to retain counsel or hire an attorney. I'll note that you have Mr. Andres Campion with you. If you're not able to afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you if you qualify. You will be allowed time to speak with or consult with your attorney. If you decide to have an interview with peace officers or with parties from the state, prosecutors, or police officers, you're allowed to have an attorney present during that time of the interview. If you decide to have an interview with anyone, you can terminate that interview or stop that interview at any time. You're not required to make a statement. However, if you do make a statement, that statement can be used against you at trial or in any other court proceedings. You have a right to have an examining trial. I'm noting that your case has already been indicted. There's a process for obtaining a court-appointed attorney. You'll need to fill out an application. You have to swear under oath that all information you place in that application is true and correct. If you have difficulties filling out that application, a clerk will help you. You must qualify for a court-appointed attorney before one will be appointed to you. If an attorney is appointed to represent you, you'll be given contact information on that attorney, and that attorney will have to contact you by next business day. Do you want a court-appointed attorney? Yes or no?
No, ma'am.
And I see here that your bond has already been set, and it's been set at an amount of $4,000. Is that correct, Mr. Campion?
It is, Your Honor.
All right, if there's nothing else, Mr. Garcia, the deputy, is going to give you this document. You'll need to sign the document. You're not admitting anything by signing the document. The only thing you're attesting to is that I've gone over your rights with you and you understand them. Do you understand the rights that I've recited to you?
I do, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, you're welcome. Mr. Campion, the deputies will come back for these documents and I'll give those to you. All right, anyone ready?
Your Honor,
Javier?
may I approach, Your Honor? This is Sharon Thorne.
All right, just let me take Javier, then I'll take
Okay.
the next.
Yes, ma'am.
Javier?
Yes, Judge, I spoke to Marcus. He needs a little time to review some evidence. He says he can do it in a couple of weeks, so we're asking for a short reset to allow him that opportunity.
Is that Rubio Mendoza?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, if we reset this for the end of the month, is that enough time?
That should be enough time, Judge.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, on Rubio Mendoza, could I have a date for the end of the month in the chat box, please?
Yes, ma'am.
The only day that I would not be available, Judge, would be on the 28th.
On the 20, what?
The 28th of October.
Okay.
Any other day I can work in.
All right, we'll see you on the 27th.
Thank you, Judge.
And your
Judge,
client is in custody?
she's in custody. Could I speak to her in a breakout room, Judge?
Yes, if you could go to the breakout room with her and then have her come back to the main room. I see that she's a Spanish speaker. So if you could let her know I'm signing her to breakout
Yes.
room number 2.
I will. Is she on
I
there,
just done it. Yes, she's on it.
Judge? Okay. Claudia, el cuartito número 2, okay? Okay, thank you, Judge. Am I excused after I speak to her from there?
Yes, but make sure she comes back to the main room.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Sharon Thorne.
Yes, Your Honor. I've conferred with Marcus and with my client, and at this point, we are not in agreement with the offer that's being made. And so I guess we set it for trial. I will continue to confer with the state, however.
All right, so your client is on federal supervision, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, Norma, on Jason Moxley, can I have a 30-day reset in the chat box, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Boyd, when you're ready, I'd like to address you if I could.
All right, just give me a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
And Jeannie Bloomster, if you could go to breakout room number 3, please. All right, we're going to come back on November 10th. Ms. Thorne, do you need to speak with your client?
Not at this time, Your Honor. I'll reach out to him later.
All right, Norma, we don't need Mr. Moxley. It shows that he's in custody. Is that correct?
He's in custody. Your Honor, can we, instead of the 10th, can we do it? I have a doctor appointment in the morning. Is there a way we can do it either the 9th? Well, get federal. Yes, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning.
All right. Norma, can we reset Mr. Moxley for another day other than November 10th?
I can do the 12th.
All right, November 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor. May be excused.
Yes, and Norma, can you counsel Mr. Jason Moxley, please?
Yes, ma'am. He's not on here right now.
All right, James Toshi.
Judge, I also conferred with Marcus. We do not have an agreement at this time, so if you would like to give us a new date to return, Mr. Watson, I believe, is in the courtroom. I would like to chat with him very briefly.
All right, I'll let you chat with him and then we'll come back.
Okay.
To the courtroom. Could you go to breakout room number 8, please? And have Mr. Watson there. And then Mr. Toshi, if you could go back to breakout room number 8, and then I'll give you a date for Mr. Watson.
Very well.
Hello, Perez.
Yes, Judge, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm reviewing the paperwork, Your Honor. I'm going to sign it right now and then submit it. And I guess then it goes to the client.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, and I'll go to the chat room in a minute.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Jessica
Judge.
You're welcome. Jessica Gonzalez.
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you also send Vanessa Garza to that breakout room number 1?
All right, let me, because it's not going to pop up. Let me send her, I'll send her to 5 so that it can pop up on her screen where she can go.
And can you send me to 5 then? Because mine
Yes.
says.
I did.
Oh, okay, thank you, Judge. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no problem.
Okay, take care, Judge.
You too. Norma, can you let them know that 14J Moxley can go back?
Yes, Judge, I already spoke with the jail.
Okay. Jessica Gonzalez. All right. Victoria Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor. I have Saul Jaime. He's there in person.
Yes.
He had logged to Zoom. Ray's going to be there in person as well. I had previously conferred with Joe Ray about withdrawing this plea.
Mhm.
And I think we almost had a deal either way. But if I could confer with Joe, and Ray is going to be there in person as well.
Okay.
Judge, I'll call Joe Ray. I can go in a breakout room with Victoria right now, though.
All right, thank you. I'll send you to breakout room number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Joseph Stateson, you're back.
Yes, Your Honor. On Fabian Cedillo, I was going to ask you, I know Jeannie Bloomster had a motion that she wanted to be heard. Hunter had informed us that he's probably going to be transferring the case to Marcus, as Hunter's going to be in another court. I don't have any discovery issue, and the cases that are going to control are Jeannie Bloomster's cases. I was going to ask if I could be excused for today, and if when Norma gives a reset for Jeannie after her motion is heard, if Joanne will get notification of the email setting.
Yes. All right. You're excused.
Thank you, Judge. That was a long explanation. I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
Fernando Trevino, who do you have?
Andrew Estrada, Your Honor.
Criminal Trial Division or Family Violence?
I believe it's family violence.
All right, I will send you to breakout room number 9.
Thank you.
All right, Javier, Padilla, you're done with Mendoza? Oh, you're on mute.
There, okay. Yes, Judge, I am done. I asked her to return to the main room and I hope she did.
Oh, no, she didn't. That's okay, though. You're excused, Mr. Padilla. Norma, can you let them know that L22 can go back?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks for your great interpretation skills.
Anytime, Judge, you're welcome.
All right, thanks. James Toshi.
Judge, I chatted with Mr. Watson, and I think we're just awaiting a date from either you or Norma at this point.
So have you received all the discovery?
I have, yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is not in receipt of an acknowledgement of discovery. Norma, on Mr. Watson, can we have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll place in the chat box for me. All right, I'm sorry, November 10th or 12th, Mr. Toshi.
The 12th is going to be a better day for me.
Okay.
Judge, I was wrong. It's criminal trial division on Andrew Estrada.
All right, if you can go to back to the breakout room, it's been changed. Mr. Watson. Hello. Oh, you can speak, Mr. Watson, so I can hear you.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Mr. Watson, the 187 District Court, your trial is probably going to take place in the new year. The court hasn't been given trial dates for the new year, so I'm setting you for November 12th. But that's not going to be a jury trial date. Hopefully by then we'll have our schedule, and so I'll be able to have the state and the defense confer on a jury trial date. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. Watson, you are always dressed perfectly for court. I really appreciate that. And Mr. Watson, if you're able to Zoom, you don't actually have to show up in person for court. You can actually show up on Zoom. So if, when it's time for you to be in person, I'll let you know.
I like coming down here anyway.
Okay, awesome. So you're one of the people who likes to go through the traffic in the one-ways.
No problem.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Watson. They're going to give you a reset form. So we're going to be back on November 12th. On that date, I will give you your jury trial date, okay?
Bless you, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Watson.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And Mr. Toshi, you are excused unless you have something else with us.
No, ma'am. Have a good day, Judge.
Thank you, you too. David Woodard.
Judge, I've conferred with Hunter. The offer has remained the same, and we want to keep the case on the trial docket.
And is your client in custody or on bond?
No, Judge, he's on bond, and he should be on the Zoom.
All right. Norma, on Christopher White's case, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Woodard, have you received all the discovery on this case?
Judge, I believe I have.
All right, November 16th, is that a good date for you, Mr. Woodard?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, state an acknowledgement of discovery is due on this case. And I will set this for the acknowledgement of discovery will be due on October 29th.
I'll get that to you here shortly, Judge.
All right. And then we'll come back on November 16th. Mr. White, November 16th is not going to be your trial date because the court has not been given the trial schedule as yet. And because there's COVID pandemic still happening, each court will be given a schedule for when they can have jurors and proceed with trial. So November 16th, hopefully the schedule will be presented. And at that time, I'll be able to give you your trial date.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and Mr. White, next time have Kleenex near you. You can always go and use Kleenex, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, if there's nothing else, Mr. Woodard, you're excused.
Thanks, Judge. Talk to you later, Chris.
All right.
All right, Ben Stevenson.
Hello, Your Honor. I have conferred with both Meredith McIntyre and I got to meet Caitlin Wilkes this morning, who is taking the baton from David Martin. We had a good conversation. Ms. Wilkes believes that there is still some fairly substantial discovery that they need to put their hands on. And she talked about wanting to be able to do that before being able to say that we have everything or move forward with that. Had a good conversation with Meredith McIntyre. The last of the discovery on the robbery case, I have requested from Veripic this morning. Somehow it snuck through. I did not know it was there, but I've requested it this morning, waiting for the chance to download the last of the some audio statements. The retaliation case, we have all the discovery that I believe we'll get. So
where's your client?
My client is with me.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Hi. Norma, can I have a 30-day discovery setting on Alexis Morganfield, please? All right, November 15th.
I can do that, Your Honor. My client and I will be here that day.
All right, and you can appear by Zoom, both you and your client.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes.
Have a good day.
Thank you, you too. All right, any other defense counsels ready? Jeannie Bloomster?
Judge, I confirm with the state on my cases. On the bond matter, we agreed to an amount and I'm emailing you that.
All right, and who is your client?
Oh, sorry, Cedillo.
All right, and which case are you on?
Oh my God, Judge, I'll have to find the numbers. I'm on the 2 aggravated robberies, but.
Okay. Have those cases been indicted or no? They have not been indicted. All right, so where are we on the aggravated robbery cases?
This is the first setting on those, Judge. I'm just reviewing, I've been on, I'm just reviewing the.
What was the question, Judge?
Oh, where are we on the aggravated robberies? I see that they've not been indicted.
For Mr. Cedillo?
Yes.
Let me find an update for you, Judge. Judge, the cases were assigned to an intake ADA August 9th.
Okay.
So,
All right, thank you.
Yes,
Norma,
ma'am.
on Cedillo, could I have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am. We can do, I'll put it in.
All right, we're going to come back on November 16th, Ms. Bloomster.
Okay.
Thank you. Do you need to speak with your client? Ms. Bloomster, do you need to speak with your client?
Yes, Judge, please.
All right, Mr. Cedillo, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 2.
Okay, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Ms. Bloomster, after you finish speaking with your client, he'll need to come back to the main room.
Okay, Judge.
Everyone, just give me one moment, please.
Hey, Norma.
All right, Victoria Cruz, have you spoken with the prosecutor?
Judge, we did speak. We're still conferring. We're waiting for Raymond to get to the courtroom as well, as he's a bit more familiar with the case. So we're still
Okay.
working.
Okay. Jason Goss?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. So who are you here for?
I'm here for Leandro Gonzalez. I believe it's, what I have is for a discovery compliance.
Yes. So where are we on discovery? And shouldn't you be at the hospital?
She is, well, she's still doing pretty good. The contractions aren't coming very frequently. And I'm actually in Guadalupe County right now, but I'll have to rush home if her water breaks.
I could not believe you.
So,
Your wife
yeah,
is
well,
about, I mean,
all
she's
these
about to
judges keep
deliver.
setting us.
Yes, be sure and tell her I was there for her.
I will.
All right, so discovery, where are we on discovery?
Well, I don't see that we have any that I can see in our file. I may be. Oh, I see that they've uploaded a lot, but it hasn't reached it to my file yet. So I'll rely on the state to tell me if they got what we were asking for.
All right, to the state, this is on Leandro Gonzalez, and it has to do with a video. So does anyone know if a video's been uploaded? It's 2019 CR 6843.
I'll check, Judge. Jason, who were you talking with before?
I wasn't actually, I don't think I was the one that was talking with anybody. I think it was Jay, and he's on vacation. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, I need to look into this a little bit. Do you mind if I go into a breakout room with Mr. Goss?
Oh, no problem. Jason, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, Jessica Gonzalez. You're here for discovery on Albert Gomez. All right, so we don't have audio. All right, Norma, 14H can go back. Mrs. Padilla, we'll see you next month. Ms. Bloomster, you're excused. You're welcome. And to those whose attorneys have not appeared, we're just waiting on your attorneys.
Sorry, Judge, I got bounced out. Can I go back to my breakout room with Hunter?
Yes, just give me one moment and I will send you there. Okay, Hunter is in breakout room number 3. Jessica Gonzalez. We have a photo, but no attorney.
Judge, we have conferred. I think she's having some issues because she has to be in person and she's on her phone and stuff.
All right, so where are we on discovery, Meredith?
I finally received all the documents she was talking about, so I don't think she's missing anything from the state. She was getting me more documents, mitigation.
Yes, Judge, that's correct. Sorry, every time I leave the breakout room, it disconnects my audio, even though I can hear y'all.
Okay. So what is happening with this case?
Yeah, I just need to talk to Meredith. I sent her 2 texts with the information that I was telling her about. So if I can go into a breakout room with her to talk to her.
All right, I'll send you to breakout room number 2.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then on Joel, your client, Vanessa Garza.
Yes, Judge, we just signed and went over the paperwork and we're both back on. I don't know if the clerk needs to go and talk to her or something.
Yes,
like
I'm going to
that.
send you both to breakout room number 1, and the clerk will meet you there to swear her in.
I already explained everything to her, Your Honor. She's going to swear that it's all true and correct.
All right, thank you. So
Thank you,
Ms.
Judge.
Garza, if you can go to breakout room number 1, the clerk will swear you in. And if the clerks could go to breakout room number 1, please.
Judge, can I make an announcement on Albert Gomez before I have to walk into the courthouse?
Yes.
Yes, if I can get one more reset so I can meet with him for the new plea offer, and then I can email Norma and the prosecutor his answer if he's going to accept.
All right, Norma, can you recall Mr. Gomez at the end of the month, please?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
can we do the 1st of November? Because I'm actually on vacation. I have a vacation letter on file for the last week of October.
All right, Norma, if you can
I'll
put it at the
return on
first.
the 3rd.
When will you return?
On November 3rd, I'll be returning back to work.
All right, Norma, so can you put it for the 2nd week in November, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And if Mr. Gomez and I can be excused, I will contact him when I finish in 379.
You can be excused after I give you a date.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mr. Gomez, we're going to be back on November 8th. And have you received all the discovery, Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, it's Jason Gosbeck from Breakout.
Yes.
On my client, Leandro Gonzalez, I have conferred with Hunter. They have uploaded the videos that we were looking for, and we have confirmed that we do have those videos. So our discovery issue is done. I believe that there is no outstanding discovery matters. We just need a reset to review what we got.
All right, Norma, on Mr. Leandro Gonzalez, can I have a 30-day reset, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and where is your client, Mr. Goss?
He is in our office and he's on Zoom right there. He's raising his hand.
All right, I don't see him.
He-
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. All right, we're going to recall you back on November 16th. and you and your client are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, bye-bye. You're welcome. All right, Criminal Trial Division, Fernando Trevino is in, I'm gonna move him up to breakout room number 3. He's on Mr. Estrada. First name, Andrew Estrada. It's unauthorized use and robbery. And Victoria Cruz, have you conferred on Saul Jaime? State, what is happening on Saul Jaime?
Judge, Victoria just sent me an email. I was responding.
Okay.
She said they filed a motion to withdraw the plea. I don't see that anywhere. Raymond is the one who'd been primarily handling the case. He was supposed to come to court, so we're waiting for him to get there. We're still going back and forth.
All right, thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Pettis, as soon as the clerks give me the paperwork, we'll take up your matter.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure to see you, Your Honor.
Oh, you too. I don't know if we will ever have in person again. We shall see.
Yes.
Although I think there are some good things about Zoom.
Say that one more time.
I said, I believe there are some good things about Zoom though.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. Elena looks great too, Your Honor. I must need something. No, I was being sincere.
All right.
Okay. I'll mute myself now.
Hey, it's Wednesday.
Joel, Lupe just called me and said that you haven't signed the discovery acknowledgement.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
And it'll go to the judge after that.
All right, Lupe, but if you have the other paperwork.
You mute.
Whenever I mute, it's because I'm talking to people in the office.
Oh, I couldn't tell if you were yelling in the office or.
No, I don't yell.
Oh. That in my house would be yelling.
No, I do not yell.
We have no shame.
You can take this as well. There should be no yelling. If there's yelling, then things become unpleasant, which is unnecessary.
So do you prefer hollering?
No, I don't do that either. All right, Ms. Garza, we are ready to proceed.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
And Judge, I had trouble with the paperwork again. It has the state silent on community supervision / deferred adjudication. And
Right, just give me one moment.
Okay.
I am presiding this morning, everyone, so I have people coming in and out of the office. Everyone, just give me a moment. All right, and States, you said there were some corrections to the plea page.
it just wouldn't let me say I was silent only on deferred. But I tried to make some notes on the other paragraph about that.
All right, and Mr. Perez, we still don't have your acknowledgement of discovery.
I sent it in, Your Honor.
He just signed it and I got off the phone with Robert. And Robert said he would sign it after you do, Judge, or he would put it in the file after you sign it.
No, I don't have it, so something's kinky, but we'll make sure we get it. All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 2125C, State of Texas versus Vanessa Garza. Could I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Elena Altus for the state.
For the
And Joel
defense?
Pettis for the defense, Your Honor.
All right, everyone, just one moment. Brenda is quickly turning into a Monday, but we're smiling, so that makes it okay.
Oh, it went to Robert Luna. That's who's got it.
All right, Brenda, this is why, women are able to multitask. I have 40 things going on at one time. All right, we're back on the record.
My connection.
Thank you.
Okay, it should be.
All right, we'll see. Can you do a test for me? Got it. All right, and are you Vanessa Garza? Could you unmute for me, please?
Yes.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objection from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Any objection from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Garza, I'm showing you what's entitled defendant's consent to appear by video. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Thank you.
Yes.
And I'm going to send you an email, Robert, on this because they have an agreement and I'll need it printed twice. All right, Ms. Garza, I'm going to show you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment, please. And I still don't have a printer. So. All right, Mr. Pettis, I'm showing you what's entitled discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Garza, I'm showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We waive the reading, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, we're proceeding only on count one as the lesser included offense of theft, $30,000 to $150,000. We'll be waiving count two.
No objections,
Any
Your Honor.
objection?
No.
Ms. Garza, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendant's waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Judge.
Did you understand your charge with the lesser, well, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense in count one of theft, $30,000 to $150,000. That's a third degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea bargain agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine? Just one second. Someone sent me a chat and it's initials. So I just realized what the initials stand for. All right, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, and for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
In my opinion, she was, Your Honor.
Ms. Garza, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No,
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea bargain agreement to get you to enter this plea?
no,
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am.
Court will find the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Next, I'm showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of theft, $30,000 up to $150,000. Punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's no fine. The state will remain silent on your application for deferred adjudication. State recommends community supervision. There's to be restitution jointly and severally capped at $2,500. And it's jointly and several with Robert Garcia, payable to Home Depot. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Vince, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hey, is that the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in both places?
Yes,
You understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
yes,
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. The state is requesting that your term of community supervision be for 5 years. There be no community service hours, maintain gainful employment during your term of probation. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
yes, Your Honor.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence to support the defendant's plea?
Yes, Your Honor. We offer State's Exhibit 1 together with all attachments that have been previously tendered to the court.
Any
No,
objections?
no objections, Your Honor.
Ms. Garza, I'm going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you electronically sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes,
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
yes,
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing State's Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Mr. Perez, are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. And if I may have a brief allocution, Judge.
Yes.
Judge, Ms. Garza, if you have reviewed another co-defendant's plea paperwork, is the least culpable party in this crime. As far as the monetary, the amount of theft that she was responsible for is the least amount. And of course, Robert Garza, Your Honor, who is her common law husband and boyfriend, had an influence on her, and it's unfortunate. But more recently, Judge, I would like the court to consider strongly to give her the deferred. She was working in accounting. She has an associate's in accounting and computer something or the other. And I'm sorry, I don't know the terminology, but she's switching careers primarily because her mother passed away in August, Your Honor. And also Ms. Garza is the full-time caregiver for an 18-year-old son that has a brain tumor. And more recently, he suffered a loss of vision and loss of memory. And she has to regularly take him to Houston, I believe, for treatment. She's trying to get her life back together. I know that the plea agreement calls for gainful employment, Your Honor, but if the court could just make sure that the full-time caregiving counts for that. She's going to try and go get her beautician's license and open up her little beautician shop. If the court could just allow for that in the terminology of gainful employment, student, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and granted her application for deferred, Your Honor, so that this conviction doesn't follow her the rest of her life.
State, what's the defendant's criminal history?
She has none, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Garza, how are you supporting yourself?
I am currently, I am getting unemployment right now.
Okay. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 5 years deferred adjudication. There's restitution of $5,000 to Home Depot. That is due jointly and severally liable with, I'm sorry, $2,500.
Yes, Your Honor, sorry.
Thank you, no problem.
And it's capped at 2,500, Your Honor. It might be less, I'm not too sure.
All right, so 5 years deferred adjudication, restitution capped at $2,500, several and liable with Robert Garcia, payable to Home Depot. Proof of employment within 30 days. I will allow you to have employment as a home healthcare provider for your son only. So I normally don't allow people to be home healthcare providers because you really shouldn't be in that position of a fiduciary duty when you have felony cases. But that will only be allowed once you provide proof of what your attorney is telling me. Mr. Perez, have you received any medical proof of what she has stated?
No, Your Honor, and the reason is that her mother passed away in August and she was helping her take care. And so she now took over, obviously for obvious reasons. But we can provide the court or the probation department medical records, Your Honor.
And what is her son's name?
Your Honor, go ahead.
Ronnie Garcia.
Rebecca, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Rebecca, what we're going to do is I'm going to want proof of full-time employment within 30 days. She will be allowed to be a home healthcare provider for her son, Ronnie Garcia only, no other person, and only upon providing proof of the medical information that counsel is presenting to me. There still is to be no employment with minors. There's to be regular Zoom reporting. 40 hours of community service restitution. Those 40 hours will be deducted if you obtain the COVID vaccine or if you've already obtained the COVID vaccine. So the record is clear. The court is not requiring anyone to get the COVID vaccine, but if you do, 40 hours of your community service will be deducted. There's to be regular UAs, or you can do the patch. The patch costs more, but the patch has less constraints on your time. Rebecca, is there anything else that she needs?
Is there going to be a no contact order?
No contact with Home Depot? Why is there no contact with Home Depot?
No, I'm sorry. It was with the 3 co-defendants that I had previously talked to defense counsel about. So that's what I was shaking my head no about.
Okay, all right. So there's be.
Judge, she is in a living relationship with Robert Garcia.
Oh, no, we're just talking about the store.
Oh, the store. Okay, yeah.
Yes, so that wasn't included in your agreement, but I'm assuming there's to be no contact with Home Depot.
That would be fine, Your Honor.
All right, so I think there are other places. Is there anything else, Ms. Reyes?
No, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Garza, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
All right, next I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, I did.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right, Ms. Garza, the state didn't ask for you to have a theft course, so I'm gonna give you my theft course. I don't charge for it. And I don't think people should need it, but obviously some people do need it. So here's my anti-theft course. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. If you arrive at a place, even if you're invited to go to that place, if that person asks you to leave, you need to leave. That's my theft course. Don't take what doesn't belong to you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1 to go over conditions with probation. And Ms. Garza, do not wait till the last minute to provide that proof of information to your probation officer. Do you understand?
Yes. Is he the one that I'm supposed to submit all the documents for the medical?
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, Rebecca, I'm going to send you all to number 2 so it will pop up on the screen where she needs to go.
Yes, ma'am.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Well,
Fernando,
yeah,
Fernando Trevino.
Yes, I have 2 pleas I got to take in the 227th. May I be excused to do that while the state is looking through the cases to make an offer?
State, where are we on this?
He's probably in the breakout room looking at the cases.
All right, because the problem is you have an inmate. How long is that going to take in the 227?
Well, I at least need to report to them.
All right, is your client over there an inmate?
Yes, both of them are.
And is the plea paperwork done?
Everything's, well, I've signed off on everything, but I got to make sure that everything's done. I just need to go take those pleas. It was recalled for Monday.
Okay, all right. We'll have you come back. If you're not back at proper time, because the court is taking its break at 12, you have to come back at 2.
Okay, that'll be fine. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Victoria Cruz.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here on Saul Jaime. He is present. I'm sure you've heard this before.
No.
Well, you're familiar with it in any case. I'm gonna cut to the point where we need time to file a motion to withdraw plea. That motion is based on new evidence, and we need to bring in the complainant to fill out the affidavit because there's been a recantation. State is not opposed to the reset and may, depending on the evidence, agree to redo the plea. He is in person as you requested, and we need about a week or 2 to be able to get our evidence together.
All right. Ms. Ferguson on Saul Jaime. Can we have this reset to the end of the month, please?
Yes, ma'am.
And we will be filing that toot suite, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And thank you for bringing some Spanish here. I mean, some English here. I appreciate that. Well, not English, French.
That's Ray's favorite. I took a year of it. I took a year of it and it stuck. I can still count and get to the hospital.
See, that is awesome. I always cheer up when I hear people come and they speak French. All right, we're going to come back on the 28th on your client, and we'll give him a reset form, and he can appear. Well, he'll need to appear in person unless there's a new agreement that's been reached.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, and Norma, if you could make sure that Mr. Saul Jaime has a reset form. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you. Michelle, we'll keep you in the loop.
Okay, thank you.
All right, everyone, I'm going to sign some paperwork and I will still be able to see you even though my screen is off. Mr. Soleil, you need to make sure that mask covers your nose. Everyone, Arlene Gay is coming in. I'm signing some documents because I'm presiding. She is on Fabian Soleil.
Right here, ma'am.
Thank you. And it is criminal trial division. So Ms. Gay, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3 and someone from criminal trial division will meet you there.
Thank you.
Ma'am, where do I go? I mean, I don't know how to get to the breakout room.
Mr. Soleil, were you here when I gave instructions in the morning?
Yes, I was,
So
but
what I said was that your attorney is going to be called to a breakout room. And I said, if you were to be assigned to a breakout room, I would call your name and assign you to that breakout room. So you're not ready to be assigned yet.
okay, sorry about that.
No problem. All right. And Mr. Alexander, we're waiting for your attorney. So as soon as your attorney shows up, we'll take care of your matter, but you will get a chance to see your attorney today. Yes. Hunter, does Miss Gay need Fabian Soleil in breakout room yet?
Sorry, Judge, what was the question?
Does Arlene Gay need Fabian Soleil in the breakout room?
Oh, I have not talked with Ms. Gay. I'll hop in there.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So Arlene, what is happening with Mr. Soleil?
May I be put in a breakout room with them? They have given us an offer.
All right, Norma, could you have them bring Mr. Soleil back because he's no longer on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Your client will be right back.
The system kicked him out. They're going to re-log him back in.
All right, thank you. All right, your client is back. I'm going to send him to breakout room number 1. Mr. Soleil, if you could go to breakout room number 1, please.
What's your first name?
Your Honor, my client has agreed to a recommendation, and I just need the
All right,
certification.
if you will place in the chat box to Ms. Ferguson, she'll get the appropriate paperwork to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Arlene, I sent that to Norma.
Hi, Joe Stenberg.
Howdy, Your Honor.
Howdy. I see you in person. You're here on Mr. Alexander?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Oh,
right.
Wait,
have you-
wait, just a second. Pete is telling me I have to have my feet in an exact spot, and I don't want to be a trap door here. You
No,
sure?
you do need it in the exact spot.
All right, my feet are
Because
here,
that's
and if
better
I
for me to see.
disappear, it's his fault.
Okay. All right. So have you conferred with the state on Mr. Alexander?
Several times.
All right. So we're here for discovery. Have you received all the discovery?
No, and the last time we were here in court, I'm supposed to be able to view 3 videos today.
All right. So there's a new prosecutor in the court now. It's Michelle Hayden.
They're
and
probably of the alleged victim.
All right, so what I'm telling you is there are 2 new prosecutors now in the courtroom. David Martin was transferred, so the 2 new prosecutors are Michelle Hayden and Caitlin Wilkes. So I'm going to send you to a breakout room, and if you could speak to them about the discovery and what you're supposed to be viewing with them.
I'll go there right now. I emailed Mr. Stenberg earlier too.
Yeah,
Okay.
last time they told me to be here today and I'd watched the video, so.
All
that's
right,
fine.
so to the courtroom, if you could go to breakout room number 2, please. And Ms. Hayden will meet you in breakout room number 2. All right, Arlene Gay, I'm going to send you to a breakout room with your client. I'm going to send you to breakout room number 3. You should have received the paperwork. Why are people acting like this is the first time she's using Zoom? I don't know.
And then also on that GPS that Luca was asking you about, I spoke with the state.
Mhm.
He came in on October 8th, spoke with Neil Cal.
All right. Mr. Stenberg?
Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
were things arranged with you for Mr. Alexander?
I cannot hear you.
Were things arranged for you with Mr. Alexander?
I don't need to talk with Mr. Alexander right now. I just.
No,
need-
my question is, were things arranged with you for Mr. Alexander for you to view the video or whatever you need to view?
I'm going today as soon as I get out of County Court 5, which I'm going to now.
Okay, so Mr. Alexander, I'm just talking loudly so I can make sure your attorney hears in the courtroom because sometimes the sound is not the greatest. We're going to come back in 30 days, Mr. Alexander, to make sure that everything is on track. Could you unmute for me, Mr. Alexander? Just hit the space bar. It's the longest key on the space. The longest bar on the keyboard, just hold it down. All right, ask the deputy behind you to unmute for you, please. Thank you, deputy.
And I shall see him on ICS within the next couple of days.
All right, we're going to call you back for November 16th, Mr. Alexander.
You said November 16?
Yes.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Norma, 14G can go back.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have
Thank
a
you.
blessed day, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You too. Thank you for your patience. All right, Ms. Gay, you left your client in breakout room number 3.
Yes, I did. I just wanted to make sure I can tell them to come out.
I'll just close all the breakout rooms. So he should be out in 30 seconds. And clerks, you should have paperwork on Soleil.
Your Honor, could you, is he back? Is he in his breakout room? Can I go back to him?
I've just closed the breakout room, so he
Okay.
should be coming out.
It's just I had to briefly talk to him about something. I just realized I needed to.
Okay. Mr. Soleil, I'm sending you back to the breakout room. When you go back to that breakout room and talk to your attorney, come back to the main room, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Hey, Jonathan.
Good morning, Judge. I just finished up some business in a misdemeanor court regarding the matter I'm here before you on right now.
Yes. The court has received the dismissal and it's already been signed.
Wonderful. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're welcome. Have a great rest of your day. And thanks
That's,
for taking care of that.
Judge, it's the best news I've had all week. Trust me. It's been a crazy.
All right. Well, you can thank Mr. Morris got it to me time when you finished your plea.
Well, Hunter's been great. So is Tom. And those flowers look really nice, Judge. I hope your weekend is as beautiful as those flowers.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.
You know what? It will be. The weekend will be what we will make it.
Amen to that.
All right. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Bye-bye.
Talk to me.
Who's the prosecutor on this?
Honor Morris, Judge.
Thank you very much. Court is calling 2020 CR 2286, State of Texas versus Fabian Soleil. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Honor Morris.
For the defense?
Arlene Gay.
Are you Fabian Soleil?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
We're proceeding by video because of the pandemic. Any objections from the state?
None, Judge.
Any objections from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Soleil, did you review a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Appear by Video? Did you
Yes, ma'am.
understand it?
Yes,
Did
ma'am,
you electronically sign it?
yes, ma'am, I electrically signed it and I did understand it.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily consented to appear by video. Mr. Soleil, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Are you the same Fabian Ray Soleil who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 2286 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 less than 1 gram on May 18, 2021 for a period of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am, that's me.
State?
Yes, Judge. In the first amended motion to adjudicate, condition number 1, on or about the 13th day of September. Actually, Judge, first, I would move to amend this violation to state that the offense committed was burglary of a vehicle.
Any objections?
No objection.
So amended.
All right. On or about the 13th day of September 2021 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Fabian Ray Soleil committed the offense of burglary of a vehicle in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
That's true, ma'am.
The state would waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No objection.
Mr. Soleil, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, not grant you community supervision, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
I totally understand that, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2? I'm sorry, number 1.
Yes, that's true.
Now, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1, knowing that I could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine? That's either yes or no.
Yes.
All right, the court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge. We'd ask this court to grant the motion, adjudicate guilt, and then sentence this defendant under 1244 to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail, but still reflecting the state jail conviction. And for the plea of true, we'll take into consideration causes 669-446 and 669-447.
Is that the agreement?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Mr. Soleil, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, I'm asking.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Soleil, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. What have you done on probation other than pick up new offenses?
I didn't do anything on probation. I mean, I was homeless. I mean, I had no help from my family. I recently just got in contact with my dad. My dad's willing to help me with a job and help me get back on my feet and help me do the terms of my probation because he wants better.
How old are you?
I'm 26 years old, sir, ma'am.
Okay, all right, so you're 26 years old. So you need to pick yourself up, right? Your parents should not be supporting someone who's 26 years old. And I'm looking at the conditions that I had given you prior, and it was to obtain your GED. So I'm assuming you still don't have your GED. You haven't done a trade school or anything to try to better yourself. There was a $1,000 fine that I probated. You're supposed to do parenting classes. If I'm asking you to do parenting classes, that means that you have a child or you're involved in some child's life. So do you have children?
Yes, ma'am, I do. I don't get to see my kids because my baby's mom's
The
acting.
mother of your children,
Yes, I'm sorry. The mother of my children is not letting me see them at the moment.
because you have a possession less than a gram case, which means that you're using drugs. So let me ask you this question. While you were homeless, how old are your children, first off?
They're 6 and 5.
So while you were homeless, how do you think your children were being supported? Because as a father, if you're going to be a real father, you need to financially support your children. You need to emotionally support them. So when you are out saying that you're homeless and your parents are helping you get your life together, who is helping you or who is helping your children? Because they need to eat. They have labor laws. So unless your children are actors, they don't have any employment. They have no way to support themselves. So you're depending on somebody else to feed your children, to give your children clothes, and that's supposed to be you.
Yes, ma'am.
So while you're going to your father because you're saying you reconnected with your father and your father is going to help you with food and shelter, you're not even helping your own children with food and shelter. That's a problem.
Yes, ma'am. I hear that. I hear that, and I'm trying to. I'm talking to my father, and my father's telling me, pretty much he's giving me that tough love, and he's telling me that, if he's gonna give me this ball of a job opportunity, the rest is all on me.
Yeah, and part of that is you're going to have to stop using drugs and
Yes, I
stop
told
being
her.
around people who are going nowhere
Yes,
and
ma'am.
don't want to change their lives.
I
Some
told
people
you.
don't want to change their lives. Some people don't want to go anywhere.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying to go somewhere, and I'm trying to change my life. I've done some time thinking, being here today and this time here, and yes, you're right about my children, and you're right about me trying to get my life right for them, so that way I could be the one to support them, not nobody else.
Yeah. And quit saying my baby's mama. Start by saying the mother of your children. And the mother of your children probably has a good reason why she's not letting you see your children. Children are young and impressionable. Children, when you come in and out of their lives and make promises and don't follow through, like when you say, I promise I'm going to be a good dad, I'm going to be there for your birthday, I'm going to be there for Christmas, I'm going to be there for Thanksgiving, I'm going to do this and that. Children believe that. And then when you don't do it, they don't understand. And each time you do that, you break their heart. And then they get to the point where they don't trust you and they don't trust people. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. I understand that because I'm in that trusting and love stuff for my dad and my mom.
Don't blame your parents. At some point, it's no longer your parents' fault. It becomes you and your own choices. You're 26 years old.
Oh yes, ma'am. I'm not saying that I blame them. I blame myself because I'm 26 years old. I should have had what I needed for my children and stuff.
All right, I want to follow your agreement, find you guilty, sentence you to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail under 12.44 of the Penal Code. Taking consideration 666. Is it 666?
669-446.
Thank you. 669-446 and 669-447. Am I correct? Thank you.
Correct.
Brenda, I don't know how you type these numbers down when everybody speaks fast. And I'll give you credit for any time served. Is this a judgment satisfied?
It is not, Judge.
All right. Next, I'm going to show you Mr. Soleil what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you electronically sign it?
Yes, ma'am. I understood and I did sign it.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, with that, we will close the record. Mr. Soleil, be a better parent.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
children deserve better.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Soleil. Number
Thank you very much.
14, Elf can go back. Do better, Mr. Soleil.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Bye.
All right, thank you, Arlene. Have a great rest of your day. Norma, on Mr. Estrada, can we recall him for tomorrow, please?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Estrada, we're going to recall you for tomorrow. And we will take up your matter at that time. Okay, Mr. Estrada?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Estrada, thank you for your patience.
Yes, ma'am.
Norma, L11 can go back. Okay. All right, thank you. I'll take care of it. All right, thank you. Okay, thank you. All right, everyone. Guess what? We are done for today. Right? So where is Marcus Sanders? Michelle, you're there. Caitlin, Tom. All right, everyone, we will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. So everyone have a great rest of your day.